Hello everyone, welcome back to more Magic the Gathering. And the last draft we did just moments ago. Oh, it's like I have a few different accounts that I made way back when so that I could get dailies more easily without having to like wait so much. So we're on a new account and it's like, hey, do you know you can play the game? I guess it's forgotten me basically. But I do have enough money to enter, so we can do another. In the last one, I was kind of sad because I'm a bad player, but my very first card was the best card in the whole set. I never played it once. And I went 1-3, but 2 of the games that I lost are games that like a better player would have won by just making like one decision better. So that's kind of sad. Oh well. Let's just play some quick draft here. And we're in for another slow, long draft. So if you guys are into those, watch the video. Otherwise, maybe don't. Alright, what the heck is this? A Voldaran Bloodcaster. It's a 2-cost, 2/1 flyer. Already kind of nice. When it or any non-token creature create a blood token, when you create blood, if you have 5 or more blood, transform it. At the beginning of combat, up to 1 target blood token becomes a bat with flying and haste in addition to its other types. That seems like probably a good card, like not absolutely insane, but worth picking. Thirst for Discovery, too slow. Dread Fugue. Target player reveals their hand. And you choose a non-land and make them discard it. And if you pay more, you get more choices about what cards. Okay, definitely not a first pick. Vilespawn Spider. Green-blue, 2/3 with reach. That plays into the self-mill package. And for 4 mana, you can sack it and make 1,000,000. Well, turn each creature in your graveyard into a token. So could be like playable, but not something I'd be excited to first pick. I put Syncopate in again. Okay. This Flameblast Bolt, I believe, is playable. Evolving Wilds is playable. What is Blood Servitor? 3 mana 2/2 makes a blood token, not that great. Bramble Armor, presumably bad. When it enters, attach it. It's just like some vanilla equipment, basically. So I think we want the Bloodcaster. Let's just check with the draft guide if that's a good card. Yes, a great first pick. And everything else here could not possibly be in that category, right? Vilespawn is in the solid playables category. So, black it is again. Confirmed. Black blue? This is the one we didn't pick last time. It likes the self-mill effect, and it likes expensive cards. I think it's bad though, we found out, is what this thing thinks. Oh, it's a solid playable. Bride's Gown. What the fuck? No, that's horrible. Undead Butler? Okay, so it plays into self-mill as well. Alright, I'll take this blue-black weirdo. Right? This card that my opponent played against me in one of the games was actually pretty cool. He got a lot of damage through with it, although he didn't really... Yeah, he did need it, because he ended up just killing me with like an effect I did not see coming. And if he hadn't been chipping in that damage, I would have won despite blundering. So that's kind of a decent card. Yeah, it's ranked okay. Kind of a bottom tier solid playable, whereas this one is top tier and also in a color we already have. Let's just see how awful it thinks Bride's Gown is. Oh, yeah, not good. Okay, we'll take this. So we don't really like this. Because this wants to have creatures in the graveyard, and this kind of wants to put them in the graveyard, in fairness. But okay. Cloaked Cadet. That seems pretty bad. This is not that amazing. This is not good. Diregraph Scavenger. Oh yeah, we had this and I threw away a game against this guy. Exile up to one target card from a graveyard. It's like a playable 4-drop, I think, probably. Better than this. Evolving Wilds is probably my pick, actually. It says the digraph is slightly better. Okay, fair enough. I'm not picky. I'm already in the right colors. I don't know yet that I'm going to need Evolving Wilds. Okay, Alchemist Retrieval is just a solid bounce card, I guess. I mean, probably it's not very strong, but it's like, is a cheap bounce. If it's a copy of a target attacking creature. So one thing we could do that would be kind of funny is ambush something to make it a serpent, and then use Runo to make extra copies of it. But like, that's kind of extra value we don't really need, right? It's probably maybe like not horrible, but you know, if we're making a copy of any tapped and attacking creature, that's like fine. We don't need to make 2 copies of it, probably. But it could be a fun trick. It certainly is making this card slightly better than it would be without Runo, for what that's worth. So this is just like a 3-mana card. Like, you can look at this as, okay, if it wants to exploit itself, right, then it's 3 mana, scry 1, draw 1. It's a 3 mana opt, right? Pretty horrible. But, you know, there are cards that like for things to die, like Voldaren Bloodcaster, right? So it's slightly better than a 3 mana opt, but that's still pretty bad, I guess. I don't expect to have a lot of blood tokens if we're going blue-black, but we might not. Maybe we just splash this. I don't know. So here's a creature that makes many creatures, and that would make you happy, and that's kind of cool. I think Frenzied Devils I just don't want to go for. So let's look at just how bad is Serpentine Ambush. I assume not very good, right? Yeah, quite bad. So is Alchemist Retrieval. Alright, I think the Assistant is actually fine. Yeah, even as a first pick, it's rated better than the others. But okay, what about the Doomed Dissenter? Because they're both okay, I think. Oh, they're actually literally right next to each other in the pick list. Interesting. And they both synergize with the same card that I have, so I think that, like, I don't know. Let's just take the Dissenter. Commits us less to blue. Gives us a bit more oomph in the early game. Don't need this right now. Blood Fountain. So this makes blood. And takes creatures from your graveyard and puts them back in your hand, which is a thing we kind of like. Everything else is pretty bad, except Serpentine Ambush, which is also bad. But it says blood. Yeah, I'll take the Blood Fountain. I'll sideboard it, actually. We can always unsideboard it, of course, but it doesn't seem like it's going to be that amazing. Chill of the Grave. Costs less if you have a zombie. Tap and draw a card. Okay, I mean, it's fine. So, enchant creature you control, it gains hexproof until end of turn, and then permanently +1/+1. So it's a little bit like a counterspell that targets removal. But of course, it's not exactly that, but that's a way to roughly estimate it. I still don't know how good that would be. I think Chill of the Grave. Like, I do have. This makes a zombie. This is a zombie. I think I'll take it. Just how bad is this card? It's actually fine. Cradle of Safety, not fine. Okay. Chill of the Grave it is. Edgar's Awakening. Somewhat expensive. Return a creature from your graveyard to the battlefield. When you discard it... Okay, I don't yet have a way to do that, but if I did, I could pay black and return a creature from the graveyard to my hand. What does this guy do? So I need some expensive creature cards in order for this guy to even have his strong effect. But I also need a lot of mill to tutor for that card. Okay. I mean, he seems sort of likely to not do that much. But he's just like a 3-mana 1/4 flyer, which is playable, and he has this really strong upside if you pick up some self-mill and some big creatures. So we should be on the lookout for things like this, by the way. Oh, does he like horrors, by the way? No. He likes Kraken, Leviathan, Octopus, and Serpent. He doesn't like this. What the hell is Ward? They have to pay extra mana to target it. Okay. 6 mana, 5/5. I mean, we kind of like that just for Runo, right? This seems pretty weak. And who is this? It's a 2-mana thing that discards to draw. It's cute, but I don't think it's very good. Courier Bat? Aww. When it enters the battlefield, if you gained life... Okay, well, forget that. I'm going to take the Monstrosity. It's rated pretty bad, but I just need, like, a card like this in my deck somewhere for Runo, and everything else is also... Well, maybe the Courier Bat is just fine. It is actually totally playable. It's just, like, a fine card. Yeah, I think the Monstrosity is just, like, too weak. It's a 6 mana 5/5 do nothing. Well... It's not do nothing. It does have this, like, can't be blocked. For 5 mana. Do I even exile? I do exile things occasionally, or I can. I'd rather not exile creatures from my graveyard. I'd rather exile from theirs. I don't have any other way to exile, so I think this is not doing that much. Okay, we'll take the Courier Bat. Take this kind of junky card. Sideboard it. consider a different color? Honeymoon Hearse? No. Dread Fugue. Bleh. Another Entomber. This thing just makes blood tokens. It's probably pretty weak. I think I should just take the Evolving Wilds. How good does it think Dread Fugue is? Bad. And this Entomber? Exactly as bad as Dread Fugue. Okay, so as I predicted, the Evolving Wilds are the card to go with. Repository Scob. It exploits things, and it returns non-creature spells. Well, like, technically like instants and sorceries, but generally those are most of the non-creature spells. To your hand. It's not very good. What about this? If you discarded, transform it. So it's mostly just like a 2-mana 2/1. So I don't have like discard effects, right? Maybe I could get some though. They both seem bad. Since Repository Scob is actually playable, and Recluse also playable. Okay. Alright, I'll take the Recluse then. I don't like this very much. Oh, well, it's a 2-mana 1/1 that likes to be... Oh, no, it just sucks. I'm not going to have a bunch of these. It's not even legal in Tripleton? I don't know exactly what that format is. I guess it means running 3 of stuff. Or every card you run has 3 copies or some wacky thing. And Wretched Throng. Actually, it says it's not horrible, but not good either. Alright, I mean, I could just take the Ambush, I guess. Make extra copies of a card could be useful. Which... If... I don't know, copying is a really complicated ability in Magic, and I don't know, not ability, effect. I don't know how it works. I would have to look it up. But if I, like, let's say I make a 1/1, right? And then I cast this spell on the 1/1. Now it's a 5/5 Serpent. And then this guy's effect goes off. And it makes 2 copies of that thing. Which I presume are both 1/1s, which are 5/5s until end of turn, and so they turn back into 1/1s, but I would have to look into that to be sure. Anyway, I think this is the obvious pick, even if I don't know what it does. It's a blue one. We like these. Okay, so it's a... Is that mythic rare? I think. Maybe it's just rare. Cemetery Illuminator. 3 mana, flying spirit, 2/3. When it enters the battlefield or attacks, exile a card from a graveyard. Look at the top card of your library anytime. You may cast a spell from the top of your library if it shares a card type with a card exiled with Cemetery Illuminator. Okay. So it kind of lets you, you know, kind of treat the top of your deck as though it were a card in your hand, but there are some restrictions on it. Seems fairly good. Just like it's a 3 mana 2/3 flyer. When it exploits a creature, target creature's owner puts it on the top or bottom of their library. Now that's an interesting effect. Isn't it? Because you can get something to die twice that way, basically. If you put it on top of your deck, you draw it again, and you play it. Like if there's something that wants to die, but that you want to play again, Diver Scarab. Like I think that's probably a good effect. I don't know if it fits. Yeah, I don't know if it fits in my deck. Cemetery Illuminator is just better stat-wise, though. What's the Stormchaser Drake? Wow. I don't. This is a blue-white card. I'm not targeting it with stuff. Doom Dissenter is fine. Siphon Essence? Kind of cute. I like blood tokens, after all. What would we put into a graveyard? Okay. This is kind of cute. It's a 1/1 flyer, and then later it can give something else flying, and +1/+1. I don't think I like it that much. We'll just take the Cemetery Illuminator. I don't have anything that really wants to be like used multiple times. And this is a strong card. Oh, another blue-black. Okay, so what is this? It's a 2-mana artifact that's blue. Enters the battlefield with 3 Omen counters. For 2 mana, you get to kind of self-mill a little bit and also scry. Not scry exactly. See what's coming. When a creature card is put into your graveyard from anywhere, remove an Omen counter. Okay, so the goal is to turn this into a 3/2 flyer with a really nice draw ability, actually. And it helps a lot with the self-mill or like Ugo or Runo. Yeah. I don't think it's that strong an effect. How much exploit do I have? I mean, 0, but this would be 1. And it's a 2-mana 2/2. And it's a zombie, by the way. We do like zombies a little bit. So look at the top 2, put 1 into your graveyard. And if you put creatures into the graveyard, it'll transform. But I don't, well, I mean, I might want to do that, but mostly not. I don't have that much stuff that interacts with my graveyard. It's mostly just Runo, right? Nobody else cares. Well, you care a little, right? Exile a creature from my graveyard. Make sure there is one there. It's interesting. Binding Geist. Oh yeah, we don't really like this one very much. What about Blood Crazed Socialite? 4 mana 3/3 with Menace. It makes blood immediately, and when it attacks, you can use blood to make it stronger. Doesn't seem that great. So I think it is down to these two. Now, I suspect Skull Scob is going to be the better one. It's just like a 2-mana 2/2, and this is a 2-mana nothing. It's going to take a really long time to become a 3/2 flyer. A very powerful 3/2 flyer, because it has this effect, right? Yeah, this says this is sometimes playable. And the Skull Scob is like solid. It is good. Above average. I don't have anything to like, you know, combo it with yet, but I'll take it. Just like some decent curve filler, you know. Innocent Traveler. I think that's probably decent. Wedding Security. Actually, this makes blood tokens better. We had it before and never really got it to do anything. There's Blood Fountain again. But I think Wedding Security is just a decent card, and we could use some large cards. This is like a 3/3 flyer, kind of, right? Like, I don't know. It likes them similarly well. Blood Fountain is worse, not surprising. But not like miles worse. So if we cared a lot about this, it might be cool. Alright, if we have these effects that are like, discard some cards. Which, did I end up actually taking any of those? Or were they things I just sort of looked at? I didn't actually take any of them, so this is not really going to do... This is not going to have much effect. I mean, it can pick up actually dead creatures, but there aren't that many of them in most games. I think I'll just take the Wedding Security. Three mana or 5 mana. What? Okay. So for 3 mana, you can draw 3 cards, which is a very, very cheap cost for that effect. But there's this enormous drawback. You can only have 4 cards in hand for the rest of it. Or if you play this for 5, you can like avoid that effect, which is how you would prefer to play it, right? And 5 mana for drawing 3 cards is pretty normal, I think. So that could be some top end we could take, maybe. And then in some situations you might consider playing it for the weaker effect. How about the Steelclad Spirit? I don't have like any enchantments, I think. Yeah. There's just a 2 mana 3/3 defender. Do I need that? Not really. I don't think I have anything that cares about spirits either. So, I think it's down to Inspired Idea or Evolving Wilds. And I bet Inspired Idea is not going to be highly rated. Actually, it says it's fine. A little bit worse than Evolving Wilds. So if I want it, I could take it. If I think it fits well into my deck. My curve is quite low at the moment, actually. It might not be crazy. I don't really need any more Evolving Wilds, unless I'm going to splash something, which I have not yet found a reason to do. I'll take the Inspired Idea. Geist Light Snare. You have a spirit, it costs less. If you have an enchantment, it costs less. Counter unless the opponent pays 3. I mean, I don't have any spirits. I don't have... Oh, I have 1 spirit. I don't have any enchantments. So odds are this is like 2 mana. Counter... Well, 1... It's probably 3 mana, but if I'm lucky, it'll be 2. Counter unless the opponent pays extra. So it's not horrible, but... Ugh. Doesn't really fit that well. These are all pretty bad choices, I think. Just give me more Evolving Wilds, right? Let me just double check none of this is amazing somehow. Oh, it says Binding Geist is fine? Really? It's a 2 mana 3/1 after it no, before it transforms. Alright, fine, I'll take it. Whatever. Diver Scob. Now, did we skip one of these? We skipped one of these, but we considered taking it. And now we have this other Scob that likes exploits. Rot-Tide Gargantua. Five mana, it has exploit. When it exploits, opponents have to sacrifice a creature as well. It's interesting. This guy likes 6 costs, doesn't he? We only got like 1 shot to draft one of those, but you know, whatever. Is there anything I really want to exploit, like play multiple times? Like, not really. Not Binding Geist. I mean, like, if I have this in play, I kind of want to exploit things and then play something else. I don't know. There's nothing that really wants to die, though. This one, right? It's like okay. I think I'll take this one. How bad is this card? It's probably fine, right? Yeah, it's fine. Totally solid card. Wedding invitation? When you play it, draw a card. Stops things from being... I mean, it's not amazing, but it might just be, like, you know, better than putting a pile of garbage into my deck, which is what everything else looks like. I think I'll just take this. I'm sure that it says it's bad. It's like a 2-cost cantrip, which is a lot worse than a 1-cost cantrip. But it can do something eventually. I'll sideboard it. Blue-white, not really a thing I can do. Even with 1 Evolving Wilds. This looks fine. A 3-mana, 2/3 flyer that's aggressive. Ah, or this, which likes things to die, and I have a couple of exploit effects. I don't know. I feel like I need flyers. Like, how am I killing the opponent at all? By playing flyers, right? This is not really a thing. Wanderlight Spirit is ranked 231st, and Farmer is ranked 114th, so it's like almost twice as good. You know, this is twice as far down in the list of playables, huh? I don't know. Really? You think I'm supposed to take this? I like flyers. And it is a spirit. Don't I have stuff that cares about spirits, or did I just not take that? I think I didn't actually take it. Yeah. Binding Geist, also a spirit, by the way. There are a number of spirit synergy cards that we could take this for, you know, this one, but I think they're mostly in, like, white. We saw one in blue, I forget what it was. Oh, it was that counterspell, right? That costs 3, and it's cheaper for spirits and for, enchantments. I'll take the Farmer, fine. Lantern Bearer and Lantern's Lift? I think this is fine. Counter and create a blood token. I mean, that's probably good. I guess it's not, right? It says it's okay. This Lantern Bearer is better, though. Okay, cool. So, do we think we can do something with this actually now? I've gotten a couple more exploit effects. I think it's still pretty bad. But, like, so is Blood Fountain? It says Blood Fountain's actually even worse. Alright. And Socialite, I assume is actually, like, I think sort of okay. It's better than I thought, actually. Alright, I'll take it, whatever. Steelclad Spirit's a 2-mana 3/3 defender. I don't want this at all. I think the spirit is pretty bad. Aren't I already running one of these guys? No. Discard a creature. Okay, I mean, that could help with something, maybe. I have some stuff that wants me to discard. And I also have some stuff that, like, wants... stuff in the discard, don't I? Or have I still taken none of those? There's this guy, obviously. I actually haven't taken any graveyard cards besides him. I don't think I want to be discarding creatures. It could help in the early game if you're like mana starved, I guess. And it's a 2-mana 1/3, which is playable. But I don't think I'm optimistic. Ooh. I'm not going to splash 2 whites. Flying lifelink, protection from vampires. Number of spirits and enchantments you have. Well, yeah. And then you can play it again to be an enchantment that has the same effect. Clearly not taking that. White-black. If you gained life, you can pay 2 mana to draw a card. Well, I don't really have any life gain, I don't think. I have lifelink a little bit. Yeah, that's about it. It's a kind of sad first pick from this pack, huh? Nothing I really want in the high value slots. Chill of the Grave is okay. Cruel Witness for self-mill. Ooh. It's a 4-mana 3/3 flyer with a weird effect. It's not horrible. Fear of Death. Okay, so this is actually some okay removal, I guess. Not very good, huh? We can just take another Chill of the Grave. It's pretty cheap. It's a cantrip. Okay, fine. We like Lantern's Lift still. What is this? Another Scab? Exile 2 creatures from your graveyard to draw a card. Well, that would be something that cares about my ability to put stuff in the discard, I guess. Or just another Doomed Dissenter. I think Lantern Bearer is better, though. I'm trying to kill him with flyers, apparently. Stitched Assistant? Yeah, okay. Are we already running one of those? We're not. I kind of like it, I think. And it says it's playable. Okay. And we have some synergies for it. 4-mana 3/3. Huh. And for 2 mana, you can discard it to make it indestructible, and then perhaps transform it. Number of creatures in your graveyard. So that's something that would care a lot about that, right? This could be like, you know, a big value card, maybe. How much ability to put creatures into my graveyard do I have? Like, I have a few exploits. I mean, not much, I guess. I have more stuff that takes stuff out of the graveyard, and my exploits, basically. So this would not go off very often. But it's, like, fine, even if it doesn't, right? No, it says it's bad. Bad card. Really? 4-mana 3/3 with this ability to save itself? Okay, fine. Well, given that I don't have any synergy with it, and apparently it's bad, I'm not going to be taking it. Cruel Witness, just like another flyer? Or like another Doomed Dissenter or something. Have the ability to lose more cards. Have creatures be destroyed or exploited. How good do you think Cruel Witness is? Actually, like, pretty fine. It says Doomed Dissenter, also pretty fine. Alright, we'll play another Doomed Dissenter in. Try to get more early plays. Lantern again? What the hell is this thing called? Lantern Bearer. Alright, we'll take another one. I'm just trying to kill him with flyers. That's apparently the plan. Well, this is horrible. Another Stitched Assistant? Another Courier Bat, maybe. It's just a 3-mana 2/2 flyer, but that seems good. I don't know, this has this exploit effect. You have 2 Doomed Dissenters, and Lantern Bearers don't mind being tossed in the garbage either. I'm going nuts on these lanterns. I don't know how great an idea that is. I think this Recluse just like isn't really working. I don't have enough discard effects. Scattered Thoughts. Okay. Diagraphs. Okay, then there's a counter. So this is some draw. Don't I already have some draw? Or I have like scry and stuff. And this is draw. Well, it's a cantrip, an expensive cantrip, but I'm really bad at using Syncopate. I don't know how much to charge them for stuff. How good is Syncopate? Playable. And the Dire Scavenger a bit better than that? Alright, I'll take another one of these. What am I cutting for it? No, actually. I'm mad I never did find a 6, because even 1 would help this guy a fair bit. If I could maneuver it to the top of my deck. Maybe 4 Lantern Bearers is too much? How many actual creatures do I have? 19. Deck is like all creatures, huh? Maybe it's time to take a Syncopate. It says Scattered Thoughts is also playable, actually. And better than Syncopate in isolation. But I have already, like... I mean, what's my curve like? It's pretty low, I guess. Well, I don't know. I have a lot of 3s. I just don't have much in the really high slots. So you might take more draw in that case. But I can't figure out what I'm supposed to get rid of. They're all pretty okay. I mean, Runo's a 3-mana 1/4 flyer. And that's kind of all he is. But he puts one card on top. He puts a card on top of your deck. He lets you use the top card of your deck as hand. I mean, I don't think I should cut him. I've got to have cards in here that are worse than like one of these, right? Like, how good is Lantern Bearer again? You know, about as good, I think, as... No, substantially better than Syncopate. I don't know. Tough to find anything to cut for more of this. I don't think I really need draw. Or a way to put stuff into my discard, really? Do I need a counter? Like, not really. I'll just use it badly. Oh, I don't have to cut something, because Evolving Wilds is a land. I can still have 24 cards total if one of them is... Well, okay. Just give me the Scavenger, I think, right? Yeah. If I'm taking anything from this, it'll be the Socialite, which I think it says I should probably take, right? Yeah. I bet Chill of the Grave is not that great. Yeah, okay, let's cut one of those. Don't really want this pointed discussion, I think. Ugh. Any of these cost 6? Oh, I found one! I might actually put it in the deck and run 0 reds. 0 mountains. Another farmer. If this guy could fly, right, he would be pretty gross. I think I am willing to add him in exchange for, like... I don't know, maybe I... Maybe Binding Geist is not that good. The app likes it. I'm just worried like I'm cutting out all my draw all of a sudden, right? And this is a nice tempo card as well. I'm trying to get in any early damage. I mean, it's a 3-mana 2/2 with lifelink. Pretty horrible, but a 3-mana 4/3 with lifelink is not bad. Especially if it flies. I want to draft it, but I have no idea what to cut. Maybe I should look at this deck and be like, you know, it is not slow enough. Like, I need, that is to say, the cards, these cards want to go in kind of slowish decks, and my deck is not slow enough to justify running them, perhaps. Making them sacrifice creatures is cool, but you know, let's get rid of this, actually. It has this exploit effect, which I kind of like. I think we're going to get rid of it. I just need, like, a lower curve. We seem to be an aggressive flyer deck. And like, this is probably also a thing that we don't want? I don't know. It turns blood tokens into actual cards, which is nice. I don't need either of these, obviously. Nobody ever picks Bramble Armor. Must be, like, the worst card in the set. Oh, I bet this is because I own cards whose vault limit is 0. And this is my first time drafting since that became true. Like, a card I own got banned or something. Alright. So, like, this is my 40 card deck. It seems okay. The Evolving Wilds, I think, is probably just bad. I didn't end up splashing anything. I mean, how much in the way of discard do I have? Could I run that? Zero discard. So if I draw this, it's dead in my hand forever, unless I run like a Mountain and an Evolving Wilds. How much do I have for, like... Man. I would need 2 Mountains and an Evolving Wilds, right, basically? I mean, that might be okay. It's like, is it insane to splash for a card that isn't even good? Because it has a synergy with a card I'm running? I think it's probably insane, right? But it would be really nice to transform this guy. I could, like, cut the wedding security. How much do I have that interacts with creatures in my graveyard? Like... This Bloodcaster ended up not doing that much, but it's just like a flyer. I'll take it. There's this. That returns it to my hand, which probably not that exciting. You, obviously. So, the only card in my whole deck that would care about this one card is Runo. I don't really have a way to discard cards. Did I put anything in my sideboard, maybe? There's this, actually. I could run the Entomber to get that guy into my discard from hand without having to play him. Okay. What else? Scrolling is so complicated. So, nothing. I do have 2 of these, though. So, I could cut 3 cards to run 2 of these 1/1s, or 1/3s. And play a Pyre Spawn. But I didn't end up taking any other cards that care what's in my graveyard. Well, I don't know. I mean, there's like this guy, right? I could exile this and then play it, but if I don't have any red mana, that doesn't really work. I have this, I could exile the creature without having to play it. Just like, I don't think it's worth doing. I don't want to run these 1/3s. But like, Runo, right? Like, how often am I going to draw Runo, really? Not that often. And every other creature I don't want to discard, so these guys are going to be dead unless I connect them with this, so they might as well just be mountains. Yeah. Well, I think running some mountains for that guy might not be insane. We could pull out, like, this scavenger. Oh, he's actually good, though. We can also, of course, just run this with no way to cast it at all. But then if it's in hand, I'm pretty sad. I'm gonna try running it. I'm a Johnny, right? Is that a Timmy? I think it's I forget. I'm a Timmy, right? I just have to do something crazy. Give me 2 mountains. Do I have a favorite mountain style? I don't know. I'm trying to remember what I was running before. I guess this is the one that they're using for this set. Fine. And now I just have to cut a card, a spell, to get down to 41. Let's just cut the wedding security. I don't know, it lets you draw out of blood tokens and turns them so good. Blood Crazed Socialite actually makes blood token. I didn't end up getting that much that cares about blood tokens, did I? I've got this Bloodcaster and the wedding security, and that's about it. Let's just get rid of 1 Socialite. There you go. This is my horrible deck. We're gonna call it a Runo deck. Because why else would there be a single Pyre spawn in it? Let me go double check that I did put enough red in to cast it. 2 mountains, 1. So I have to draw any 2 of these 3 cards in order to play that. Which by the time I'm up here at 6 mana, shouldn't be super, super unlikely. But it shouldn't be super likely either. I'm hopeful that I can just, like, get it into my discard or yeah, I don't know. Most of the time won't do anything. I don't know. That was not such a long video. It was only an hour. So we're going to actually play, and then I'll just lose 3 games, and I won't have to cut it into a second video. But the plan is to kill them with flyers. Cheap flyers. And then I have some top end eventually. Alright. Yuck, but fine. Where's all my cheap cards at? I don't think this guy should exploit himself. I think I should play him as a creature. Oh, hello. Especially for this reason. I'd rather have a 3-2 on the board than a card in hand, that's for sure. This is more for dissenters and such. What is this? Enchanted creature, it gets +2/+2. Okay. Oh my god, what is the text on this guy? Exile a card from a graveyard. You can look at it and... okay. So not really anything. I guess I want to play... if I want to spend 4 mana, I want it to be these 2. Which means I need 3 blues. I could do this. But it would be kind of nice to actually exile something, wouldn't it? Play this one first. So I can look at the top card of my library and maybe make a decision. Chill of the Grave, okay. Well, I should have done that before playing the island, I guess, but... gonna not attack and use this as a blocker for his 3/3. Oh, that's ramp, all right. Okay. Green splashing black, apparently. I guess I knew what this was going to be. What's that? It's a mountain. Okay, that doesn't help very much right now. Attack with these guys? Any reason not to do that? Oh, you know, I could attack with everything, but I'd rather do that later. When I can combo this with another card. Is this loud? I think it's the same volume as it was before, right? Yeah. Yeah, I'm just gonna hope that the volume's okay. I'm gonna turn it down more. At least if it's too loud, I only ruin one video. I don't know. I'm looking at it in OBS, and like my voice is definitely louder than the music, but the cards are so loud. This is a 3/3. Why are you attacking with it? Why don't I just block with a 3/2? Or a 4/4? Oh, it has Death Touch. I don't care. You can hit me if you want, I guess. Evolving Wilds I don't need right now. You still don't have any flyers. Is there any reason to play this? I mean, it draws a card. That's cool and all. I guess I should wait till next turn to stop opponent from attacking with something. I already know what I'm drawing. It's not something I care about. Okay. Sure. Minus 13, minus 13, huh? Well, that's pretty cool for you. I don't think I really need to stop you from attacking with some little dudes, but I do want to draw cards, so I think what we're gonna do. You can't attack, which means the training can't go off. Okay, you want to do that? Really? Why? Oh, I see. This is still a 3/1. Okay. Yes. Like it's only 6 damage? I don't know that I care. Ooh, inspired idea. That's a lot of mana. Now he can't keep training this thing was sort of the idea there. Well, I want to play this for the expensive cost, please. Tap differently, if you would. I want my black untapped. It didn't matter. I don't have anything in here I can do something with. I think I want to get in this damage. Hold it back to block. Exile a card from... Well, what's on top is a creature. From opponent graveyard or mine? Well, it doesn't matter what's on top, right? I'll draw it next turn. Let's exile from opponent's graveyard just in case this somehow. Ah, tricky. If I play this, then next turn I can actually play my Pyre Spawn, which I would love to do. I'm gonna have to hang on and not play this just yet. You know what? If you're gonna be like that, I will walk that way. Should have done it last turn, maybe. What happened to it? Did I missee it? I thought for sure it was my Pyre thing. Did it get exiled? Oh, am I crazy? Did I just look at it really badly? I don't know what happened to it. Check the footage, I guess. And instants and sorceries I could play from. Oh wait, that didn't even kill my thing? I thought his thing had Death Touch. Am I crazy? Is he crazy? I want to exile a creature. I choose coverage. So now I have 5 flying threat. Which is cool. Leave me dry. Okay. Only 3 flying threat now. I swear it was that Pyre thing. It was on the top of my deck, and I don't think there was anything that made me put it on the bottom. Someone make me shuffle? I don't think so. It's not in anybody's exile. Or anybody's graveyard. Oh, it's because I used Evolving Wilds. It made me shuffle my deck. I see. So I should have waited to activate Evolving Wilds until I'd drawn the thing. Even though it would mean that it would take me longer to be able to play it. Okay, well, we won anyway. I had the game plan of small flyers, and that was all I did. Okay, sure. Not very skillful. Not much of a Timmy play. Nolans. I mean, a single swamp makes this a great hand. But I don't have one of those. And it's okay. I can play some 1/1s and get started. Alright, I'll try keeping it. It's probably wrong. Even a single any land would do something. The swamp will be for choice. I might actually play this for draw if... Well... Hey! Swamp time! Swamp me, baby! Attack first. Actually, I should have played this first. Because that's what I'm playing this turn. And if he kills it, I want to have this on the table already. And now I can start making blood. I don't mind exploiting this guy. He turns into like a way to make more blinders. Ooh, it's daytime. What do you have for it? Okay, menace dude, okay. More black, please? Ah. Right. The fact that I have only one blue is limiting right now. But I can exploit this guy. Perfect. So we swing. Okay, I'll take it. Can't be blocked as long as it's attacking alone. It's a 3/3. Okay. So you don't have flyers, but you are evasive. Would have preferred some blue. But sure, black is still better than red. Oh, hang on. I could... No, I want to build up more blood token, I think. Well... Yeah, I don't really want to discard any of this anyway, right? This is only when you exploit. You are when anybody exploits. Yeah, I don't mind having a creature in my graveyard, I think. He's gonna put it right on top of my deck. Resolve. And then I get more blood. How fun. This one, please. I probably should actually choose to draw it, just to get the mana used up. The blood took, like, all I'm really getting out of blood is, like, eventually this person's gonna transform. But the point of this is to filter my hand. On the other hand, like, what do I have right now that I don't want? Nothing? So I guess I should wait on that. I guess I could fish things back up. But no, I don't have any cards that do that. Menace and Dabe. Okay. Oh, it's another one of these guys. Got it. You should attack, right? What are you going to do with these creatures if you don't attack with them? You can't block. I decline to reveal. Oh, that's... the blood tokens are for this guy. Oh my god, it's a good thing I didn't get rid of any of them. He's great. Don't counterspell me, please? No syncopates? Okay. This is not Flash, but I should start the turn by playing with this on this guy and then swing with everything, which is going to be for 9. That's assuming he does nuts. It looks like what's happening. Someone is drawing, begging for an answer to something. But for 2 mana, what are you going to do? Makes a little sense now to not attack because you think you're going to block this. Turns out you're wrong. I decline to reveal this. And it's another blue. I really like that, actually. Yeah, that's the right way to tap. And I could, like, play this, but there's not a reason to right now. I feel like my opponent hasn't done a single thing all game. They, like, exiled one of my cards? Or no? That was a different opponent. This guy actually hasn't done anything. Every card I have requires blue, so even if I play another swamp, I can't play it. I'm still gonna do it, obviously. And I think we just play this guy. So they have more flying threats. And if you get rid of it, I can just make more flyers out of it. I might even exploit it myself if somehow, I don't know. I can't even imagine a scenario where I don't win in the attack phase and then it's right to do this. I don't know, hardly matters, right? Okay, well, just played Solitaire for a while and that was enough to win. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Aggressive decks just like win games sometimes. I don't even have that aggressive a deck, but I guess it was like flyers. It was slow enough that like a mid-range deck would have beaten it. I don't know what my opponent had, or could have beaten it anyway. It wasn't like so aggro that it beat somebody really a lot. What's my opponent doing? Just like playing menace cards and then couldn't use them. I forget this guy's name. It's got like some weird combination of like consonants or something, doesn't it? This is a problematic hand. I have no black, No playable cards. Get out of here. Also no black. Also no playable cards. Bizarrely, both mountains. I think I have to mulligan again. Okay. Now I have no blue. I still can't play anything. But at least I'm just one of any mana away from getting to something useful. This would be really nice, but it's so far away. I think 2 blue is too much to ask for as well. Maybe in the other order. Don't want to... I want draw 3 cards to be the last card I draw, not the second to last. So this looks like a very, very bad game. We're not in at all good shape here. But I'll do what I can. I'm not going to block this, because a 2-2 is not really appreciably better than a 1-1. And I want, like, ideally for this thing's death to be visible to these guys. Ouch. Okay, sure, yeah. We'll just keep passing. Seems good. Good. Wow, not even gonna let it make its 2-2, huh? I guess I'm just super dead. Not surprising, right? I mean, I guess a 2-2 with lifelink is better than one without. Saves me from lethal, assuming the opponent plays nothing. No, it doesn't. They still get through for 7. Because of the training. So the 2 lifelinks is cancelled out. Well, good game. Kind of a pretty bad draw there. I guess that's... Like, it wasn't even really because I had the wrong colors, right? I only had 2 lands in both of... all 3? No. There's one hand where I had, like, blue, red, red, right? And that really was because I was being a bit cheeky with the colors. So, I don't know. I think that... Well, yeah, actually. Splashing in the 6-cost guy cost me that game. Well, I might have lost anyway. Opponent had a very strong opening. But if I had drawn, like... If my starting 7-card hand had had good colors instead of bad colors... Are you kidding me? 1 mana? Like, I'm running 17. What is... Okay, fine. I think I'd get rid of this. Because if I get rid of a land, it's even going to be harder to play this ever, so... And I wouldn't have had a guarantee of playing this either. And 3 flyers is a good start. Oh no, opponent has all this healing. Ooh, this is non-ironic booing. I really don't appreciate it. It's the same voice I use for ironic booing sometimes. I'd rather play the flyer now than this thing. I don't need a card yet, but I do need more face damage. Red, white. Red, white? I mean, this is how you're playing? What's happening? Getting a bad draw, or what? Maybe I should play them in a different order, because this... I can When I play you, I can exploit this guy for a card draw, and then next turn you put him back on top of the deck for me. Maybe I should exploit himself, so I still have more flyers. Yeah, that's better, right? Bye. I don't think I want this. It's like 3 mana. Do 2 damage. Draw a card. Basically. I don't think I want that. I don't have the mana to do it at the moment. Well, it looks like I could have gotten away with discarding a land instead of my creature. Or in the mulligan, scrying the creature different to the top. Red, white, and black. Come on, I can't have a second blue? Okay, How great was it to do this? To have that guy exploit himself and then have to draw him again? I think it was good. Oh no, I bled out. That is sad. I bled dry, I guess. Okay, draw me a blue mana, if you would be so kind. Oh, I should have attacked first. I forgot. Yeah. I'll keep it. I forgot I was going to be having to discard and this guy can make you into a fly. Like, I don't know. Opponent is like a control vampires deck? Weird. I'm very happy to see this blue, I think. Any mana, I guess, would have been fine. Do I even have any ways to gain life? I forget. I might have one. I don't think so, though. That's a big creature. Okay, well, we can make this 5/4 if we want. No, I don't want to let this die, because then you could buff this some more. This game no longer seems to be going very well. My hand is empty, my opponent has a ton of stuff, and I just have one creature that does everything. And now they can kill it. Ooh. Well, I guess the flying only helps for them attacking, which I don't care that much about. Yeah, I think we're about ready to concede here. Even if we let this thing die, to buff this some more. It's still only a 6/5. And they can kill it. But if they do, I guess, then I can start swinging with this again? I might as well spend the mana on it this turn. I'm pretty all in on this. So if it turns out they can do something about it, waiting till next turn wouldn't have helped. And I might want the mana for some amazing card, like the draw 3 thing would be great right now. I'm not sure why I thought making this a 6/5 would be so useful. I thought I had even more of these guys than I do. The Lantern dudes. I thought this was getting it above 5 toughness somehow. That seems like a fine way to tap. Nope. Exile a card. So let me hang on. What's on my deck right now is this, which is not useful at all. What is it that I want to be able to cast? Cast a spell. Okay, so what might I want to be able to cast from my top of my deck next turn? I don't even know what's in my deck. Instance, maybe? To take one of these guys out? Oh no, the point was, if you block with everything, I can start attacking with other stuff. In fact, I can just do that now. Well, no, because then you can just block like this, let in 6 damage once. Well, wait a minute. If I was going to do this, I didn't need this to be a 6/5. A 5/4 would have been enough. So I could have saved the lantern thing for a different creature. You, for example. Okay. I mean, you know, maybe opponent had some combat trick that would have made this an okay play. I don't know about that, though. What? Make sure it's dead, even if he has some weird trick in hand? No trick. Oh, 4/3 life. Gross. Okay, I have a 4/4. I think attack with both, because if you want to trade these two for this, like, I can't stop you, right? Or else this card never does anything. Yeah. I should have looked at what's on my deck as well. Okay, well, I should have waited, because I want that creature to be able to die later. But it didn't die, so I'm fine. Pretty sure I want to play this now so that I'm like drawing it, even though it means I can't play the more expensive one. This is still an effective block threat against this. And I'll do it. I don't want you gaining life. You know. I have to lose 2 creatures to this anyway. Well, no, if I waited, this would be a 4-3. But you would gain life one more time, which I just don't want. Rude. Yeah, I don't quite have the mana base for that one right now, huh? Yeah, I'm still on the back foot this game. Opponent has a solid board, more cards in hand. I have some advantages, but... Okay, there's some face damage, I guess. But not much of a card. I know one of my mountains is on the bottom of my deck, so I will have to get Evolving Wilds. And the other mountain. Well, Evolving Wilds would shuffle. What the hell is this? You want to buff something, I won't allow it. Friggin' swamp? What do I already have? Like, pretty much all the types, right? Instant, creature, and another instant? Oh, okay, never mind. Any one of your sorceries, then? Opponent wants this to die so that they can disturb a flyer or this thing. I'm not sure which. Okay, now I'm very dead. Alright, I can make another flyer, I guess. That's something. Once per turn you can do it, right? Yeah, so I can't keep blowing through creatures, sadly. Enchantment, I guess? Doesn't really matter, I don't think. We're very losing at the moment. Oh, that should be a pretty good card for you. I don't have any cards that deal with this at all. I mean, we were dead anyway, but that certainly made it very clear that I could resign. I guess you concede? Whatever. Still, this is a better deck than... Well, no. Last time I played 4 games, and the deck won 3 of them, but I lost. I won only 1 of them. The deck tried to win, but I would not allow it to. This seems fine. 3 mana, all my colors, plenty of creatures. Nothing cheap. You know, I can't play a bunch of 1/1 flyers, which is what I would like to do. Now, perfect timing, huh? Just when I no longer have blue mana sitting around to play with. I guess yeah, sit down. I guess I should play something that doesn't require blue... I should save something that doesn't require blue mana for next turn, right? So I guess I need to play you? And then next turn I can play this and this. Red, green. That's like werewolves, right? I could just play this instead, but I like getting the flyer down. Oh right, I do have lifelink. I have 2 of these guys. I'm surprised there isn't a, like, let this resolve or not trigger there. Because it has no valid targets. But as a result of it going on the stack... No, it has to have a target to put it on the stack. Okay. So it couldn't go on the stack. That's why there's no option to let it resolve or not. Okay, that's a 4/3. It's pretty strong, I guess. But actually, it's only a 2/3. Also, I guess I had no instance I could play to challenge it resolving, so... Yummy! That's exciting. So we don't need more cards just yet. What I need is more creatures. It's a 3/3. And when it takes damage, it deals damage back to anything it wants. That's very strong. I maybe could have even played it for the lower cost. This game is looking like it's going to be kind of short. Oh, you can't block me. Ha ha ha. Nah. But I would have actually... No, I only have 4 cards in hand, so maybe it would have saved me 2 mana, which I could have used on this. Is it worth reducing my hand size by 3 for the rest of the game to play this guy? It probably would have been fine, now that I think about it. Because, like, I'm never going to have a lot of cards in hand again. I don't like you. Put Binding Geist back. It's not very exciting. If I gained life first and then played this guy, right? So I guess what I should do... Oh yeah, this card's insane right Nah. Well, I'm very happy I still had that chill grasp or whatever it is. Chill of the grave. Now, suddenly I can no longer get damage in for free. Oh my god, this is a 5-4, you maniac! You still don't have any flyers. I could still wait on this, I guess. No, not you. If I swing with you, you could just block like that, eh? I don't think that's such a great idea for me. Wait, if I attack with you, I could make you be 5/5 if I really wanted to. But I don't. I don't want to let this thing take any damage, basically. My maximum hand size is not really much of an issue right now. Ooh, nighttime. That's cool. It's just cheaper to make it stronger, I guess? Oh, whenever any permanent you control is dealt damage. Okay. Pass? No, you don't seem to be doing anything yet. Okay, I guess you're doing something. So, the amount of damage coming at me right now is 17, right? Why don't I just say, like, come on in? Opponent might have some kind of buff, I suppose. It's 19 with this, so okay, maybe letting it all come in is not so great. But blocking here is fine. And then it's only 14, and I still have an overwhelming attack next turn. I think this is enough. If you can come up with 6 damage out of that mana, I'll be very impressed. Giant Growth, I guess, would do it. No, it's not in that set, this set, though. 2 Giant Growths, right, for the... Actually, did it cost 1 or 2? I don't remember. Yay! Kind of seems like we got there just in time. Well, I don't know. I could have blocked more of that stuff if I'd had to, but it really would have hurt my board quite a lot. And we're at 3 wins, so I think you need like 6 to break even in this ridiculous system. Or like 5.5, basically. 5 you lose, 6 you win. I don't expect I'll get to 6, but it's nice to be doing better than 1 anyway. This is not great, but it is 2 mana and like a playable card, and just like 1 more mana gets me most of my hand. And if it's blue, it gets me like all of my hand, pretty much. Well, okay, these guys are expensive, but anyway, I think we keep this. I'm on the draw as well. Ooh. Blue flyer deck, maybe. Not my blue flyers, but blue white also has pretty good flyers. You've seen some of them before. Opponent will keep attacking, and I'll attack. I'm not gonna block. Time for any mana, please. What the hell is this? Wow. It's pretty good for 3 mana, isn't it? Ouch. Couldn't draw a 3rd land. I think we're losing this game a lot right now. Opponents got their curve going, and they drew, and they have a better board. And a better game plan. Okay, I'll block the 2-1, I guess. So I'm not attacking? What do I need here? I need, like... not this, I guess. I need, like, flyers. Uh-oh. What's happening? Stop! Aha! I can play a card. Well, that whole experiment of putting red stuff in the deck didn't work out, huh? I don't know. Was it bad? Who can say? In a given game of Magic, usually there's a big chunk of your deck you don't draw at all. In one game, it did matter in that it hurt me. And then I lost. And there was another game where it like mattered and it hurt me and I didn't, I think. I mean, it's a 3-3. Do I really want to give up my 2-1 for it? Oh no, I want to block here to cut out some of the damage and get me a lifelink creature. Okay, unsurprisingly, they found a way to do it. Fuck me. I guess I should have held it back. It's better to block this thing than it is to swing, right? Oh, I should have done this as well. I might have drawn, like, a useful card. Alright, I'm, like, heavily dead now, right? I have a 0-3 lifelink. Okay, I concede. I was dead a while ago, but I just made it pretty clear. Alright, well, 3 wins. I mean, I'm as good as an average Magic player, right? This time. That's a lovely bar for me to hit on, as a known bad player. Ugh, 2 hours. I can't help myself with these Magic videos. Alright, well, we got half of our money back. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.